pitcher. Has shown some success in pretty much every stop he's made, including Oakland, Colorado. Um, so Jason Hammel will be one of the more sought after free agent pitchers during this off season. He's number 2 on the list. Of course, that only makes one more player left on the list. It's a guy who currently has a qualifying offer. If you don't know what a qualifying offer is, a team is eligible to offer certain players the qualifying offer. If the player accepts, they get a 1-year deal. This year, the qualifying offer was set at $17.2 million. So if a player decides to accept their qualifying offer, other guys who've gotten it, Jose Bautista, he's not going to accept it. But he's just an example of another guy who got it. Hellickson, if he were to accept, he'd get a 1-year, $17.2 million contract. Hellickson, as I mentioned, in a small free agent market for starting pitching, probably will decline that because, some of these starting pitchers might get overpaid just because there's not a lot to choose from. So, Hellickson, if he declines, will be a free agent. He's turning 30 on April 8th. Last season with the Philadelphia Phillies, he went 12-10 with a 3.71 ERA in 32 starts and a 1.15 WHIP. He is the 2011 American League Rookie of the Year. Pitched very well that year. Had a 3-year span from 2013 to 2015 where he wasn't that great. Went 22-27 with a 4.86 ERA in those 3 seasons. But, again, how do you really choose who's the best free agent pitcher amongst these choices? A guy like Rich Hill's been completely dominant, but as I mentioned, he's turning 37 years old on March 11th, and has missed a bunch of starts in his career due to injury. Jason Hammel, he's a guy who's looked like an all-star at plenty of times, but started to fade towards the second half of last season. Part of the reason why he was left off the playoff roster. A guy like Hellickson definitely has shown potential. It could be many a team's number 2 starting pitcher. So I'm confident with my choice as Hellickson being the top free agent starting pitcher. Hellickson, though, is no David Price. He's no Zach Greinke. He's no Johnny Cueto. He's not going to get a contract like them, or else I'd be shocked. But, at least for this year, to me, he's the best available. Of course, teams looking for pitching, looking for a top-notch pitcher, may have to go the trade route in order to get that piece. We'll see. As a guy like Chris Sale, who's been rumored to be on the trade market many a time, could he be a potential guy to be traded? We will find out. Maybe not before this season, but of course, July 31st trade deadline. Teams may have to go the trade route in order to improve their starting pitching. Some of these guys may not be better than the guys who are currently at the back of their rotation. Just not a bevy of options, for free agent pitchers who, drastically change a team's fortunes. You're not going to see that. I mentioned the 3 closers who are free agents: Kenley Jansen, Mark Melancon, or Aroldis Chapman. You figure one of those guys will sign with the Giants after, big bullpen woes they had, especially towards the end of the season. Giants definitely will look to sign one of those 3. There are some good hitters, including Yoenis Cespedes, who are free agents. So there will be hitters who will be getting large contracts. But we'll see. I'm interested in seeing how much these free agent pitchers make. As I mentioned, since there isn't much of a choice between very good starting pitchers, some of these guys may be overpaid. Only time will tell. And that is about all I have to say about that, as episode number 87 is about to be over. Once again, I thank you, all my listeners, for tuning in. I do my best. I got a lot going on in my life right now, working two jobs. Um, Also, but making sure I still get on the air. I definitely do enjoy doing this. Something I plan on doing for the foreseeable future. Pretty soon I'll be at episode number 187. This one is, maybe that'll be a special episode, but you figure that's still months away. We'll get to that when the time comes. So, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Hopefully, these games are better than that Jets game I had to endure myself through from 1-4. Steelers game's already 15-13, so seems like it's a better game. Thank God. Um, Till then, though, this episode's about to be over. Thank you so much, all of you, for listening. Until next time, goodbye, everyone.